Welcome all my friends to a fantastic Iron Man story, where the Iron Man sacrifices himself to save the world from a deadly virus attack. Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, is racing along the dry deserts with his companion James Rhodes, in other terms, the War Machine, merely having a game of win or lose. Tony Stark has invented a new security spy satellite with the latest upgraded technologies known as the Howard. Whilst the launch of the spy satellite had grabbed headlines all over the city, an unexpected calamity takes place. Some unknown terrorist groups have started attacking the entire launch, even including Tony and Rhodey. A major brawl takes place, and it is total chaos all over. In between all these dilemmas, a new parasitic creature in white causes destruction among the people by diffusing a certain type of deadly virus, thus intentionally assaulting them. When Iron Man confronts this strange creature, it notifies him that it is unstoppable and it is the future. Iron Man tries tracking down the identity of the creature, but even his artificial intelligence assistant Jarvis fails to trace him down. The creature departs the central tower, demolishing it, and unluckily War Machine is seemingly killed in a blast, driving Iron Man aghast and down in complete shock. The news of the destruction reached the ears of the S.H.I.E.L.D. cooperation, and its leader, Nick Fury, orders Black Widow to retrieve Iron Man. As Black Widow reaches Iron Man, he is seen to be digging up the crumbles and blocks of the collapsed building in order to get hold of his pal, Rhodey. Black Widow convinces him that the S.H.I.E.L.D. would take care of it, and that they need to head over to Nick Fury. When approached by the latter, Iron Man is questionable for the deeds that had prevailed before, but he ignores the interrogations made by Fury, who suspects that Stark may be associated with the crimes, and darts away, presumably to seek revenge for War Machine's death and to investigate with regard to the mysterious parasitic creature. Fury orders Black Widow to follow Iron Man. They clash with each other, causing wreck of the automobiles, and luckily Iron Man escapes from the sight of Black Widow. He heads over to Virginia Pepperpotts, his on and off fling, who is on vacation. Upon meeting her, he discloses the fatal tragedy that had occurred to War Machine, and about the mysterious creature and its powers. After a brief analysis into the issue, Pepperpotts informs Stark that the AIM have been conducting some confidential research with regard to techno-organic weaponry, and they discover that the AIM's latest activity had been functioning in Karachi, Pakistan. With some relevant information in hand, Tony Stark proceeds to leave, but before he does so, he leans forward to kiss Pepperpotts, but is interrupted by the army of S.H.I.E.L.D., initiated by Fury, who demands Stark to surrender. Disregarding the plies of the army, Stark attacks the S.H.I.E.L.D. army and attempts to dismantle them, thus succeeding in his instinct intentions. Failed at retrieving Iron Man, Nick Fury assembles Hawkeye and Black Widow to take charge. Shifting to another parallel scene, S.H.I.E.L.D., the son of Obadiah Stane, is seen in meditation and mentioning on how he had constituted a deadly weapon, a biotechnology named Technovore, which possesses the ability to wipe out the entire life on the planet, and he reconstitutes into the mysterious white figure which we witnessed before. Meanwhile, in Karachi, Pakistan, a dealing takes place between an AIM member and a buyer who purchases high-tech weapons for a large sum of money. The scenario is being spied by an anonymous person. As the dealing is bound to end, the anonymous person breaks it and disrupts the meeting. The latter is then revealed to be Frank Castle, best known as the Punisher. He almost shoots the AIM member when Iron Man breaks in and saves the man. He informs Punisher that he seeks some answers from the AIM member, which may help him track the enemy behind the chaos. Iron Man snatches the mobile from the member's hand, as it consists of all important information and business dealings, and throws him off the building. He and Punisher then depart from the weapon warehouse. Back at Punisher's secret office, they trace the information they had received from the snatched mobile phone. Iron Man is shocked to find the contact of S.H.I.E.L.D. Stane and interrogates deep into the matter. Punisher informs him that S.H.I.E.L.D. is a mastermind criminal who engages in supplying synthetic drugs and dealing with nanotechnology. After much digging into each precise detail of Hezekiah Stane, the duo traces location to Shanghai, China, where they believe Hezekiah might be involving in some criminal activity. As ordered by Nick Fury, Black Widow and Hawkeye locate the whereabouts of Iron Man and confront him. He charges at the two of them and they quit backing up. Punisher pulls in Iron Man into a car and races away, with Hawkeye and Black Widow following in a racing bike behind. With gunshots and arrow darts, they attack each party, and Black Widow succeeds in shooting the tire of the vehicle, thus flipping it down. Triumphantly, they try to get hold of Iron Man, but he manages to escape along with Punisher, tricking the duo in the sandy deserts. Iron Man heads over to Shanghai in order to track down S.H.I.E.L.D. Having reached the residence of S.H.I.E.L.D., who had sensed his entry, he confronts the villain and questions him regarding his attack on the spy satellite and why he wanted to avenge on Iron Man. S.H.I.E.L.D. remarks that he never was in hideout and scoffs at Iron Man. He then presents a huge visionary halo of his late father, Obadiah Stane, more likely to be a spiritual figure which converses with Iron Man. Having enough of the dilemma, Iron Man steps forward to attack S.H.I.E.L.D., mistaking his age for weakness, but is suddenly paralyzed. He then realizes that he had been induced by the Technovore virus by S.H.I.E.L.D. Whilst Iron Man is on paralysis mode, S.H.I.E.L.D. describes his motive of wiping out the entire life of Earth and introducing a brand new technological world. He also refers to himself as the Wind and the Future. This new reality would be made by utilizing the technology from the Howard satellite of Stark. He then induces more of the Technovore virus into Iron Man and proceeds to leave. As he bids farewell, he suffers from an internal throbbing pain that possesses him from within, but he pretends to act normal. Unable to bear up the wrenching pain, he falls to the ground. Just as Stark offers to help him, Hawkeye and Black Widow march in order to arrest. Iron Man accepts, and he and S.H.I.E.L.D. are taken captive. In the helicarrier, S.H.I.E.L.D. is given treatment in order to detect what had occurred to him. Much to Iron Man's astonishment, he finds his beloved friend, Rhodey, a.k.a. the War Machine, had survived the blast, but is yet to gain consciousness back, and in the process of receiving medical attention. Overjoyed, Iron Man tries to communicate with him. All of a sudden, the computers and the entire system of the S.H.I.E.L.D. are getting hacked by an unknown source. Iron Man reveals that is the Technovore that had hacked onto the system and is targeting the Howard satellite, as it has access to every other computer in the whole world, including those of military sources. Hawkeye and Black Widow reach out to S.H.I.E.L.D., but he is seemingly missing. The duo load their weapons and hunt for him, and he appears out of nowhere. Aiming right at him, they dislocate a limb of S.H.I.E.L.D. and claim to have defeated him, but he appears at the central point where all other members and Iron Man have assembled. Iron Man tries to persuade him, saying that his contiguous plans would not work out, deriving things from the past, and he has no power of controlling the future as he was born human. S.H.I.E.L.D. mocks at Stark's remark, but instantaneously S.H.I.E.L.D. is yet again attacked by a horrendous pain from deep within his body. He exclaims, and to everyone's horror, the Technovore takes control over S.H.I.E.L.D. by betraying him and divulges from his body a giant, horrific figure. It starts attacking the crew on board, and due to its vigor, the helicarrier loses balance. As the fight intensifies, Tony realizes that he must take drastic measures to stop the virus, and Black Widow charges his armor's energy level. Iron Man charges at the Technovore, and a mighty combat takes place. The helicarrier loses its total control and crashes onto the city of Shanghai. The Technovore is deliberately too powerful and could not be handled all alone by Iron Man's energy. With no chances of defeating the Technovore, Iron Man almost gives up when he is strangled by the Technovore. To his utmost glee and luck, War Machine wakes up from his coma and breaks free out of the helicarrier. Having unleashed his powerful armor and weapons, he starts attacking the Technovore with all his might. Iron Man regains his strength and willpower on seeing his best companion, and he too rises yet again against the Technovore. The Technovore then crouches backward and breaks from the center, releasing a giant form of ghastly-looking virus. It makes its way to the city tower and controls the entire city with its virus tentacles. It demands to wipe out the entire population and takes the control of Howard's satellite into its hands. All of the military satellites, too, have been repositioned by the Technovore, prepping for a major attack. Meanwhile, the power percentage of the heroes keep dropping, and Iron Man orders War Machine to not attack the Technovore, and instead he plans out something big. Iron Man then recollects all the happenings, and his mind strikes on Pepper Potts. He contacts her, and whilst conversing, she utters the word vacation. All at once, the systems get activated. This was because Iron Man had authorized Pepper Potts' voice as the password and uplinked his armor to the Howard satellite. He then sets a self-destruct sequence on his armor, sacrificing himself to destroy the Technovore-infected drones and halt the virus's spread. He darts towards the Technovore and purposely gets prey to its pangs. Whilst the Technovore indulges him inside, Iron Man orders War Machine to shoot him right in his arc reactor. War Machine refuses, but Iron Man persuades him as it is the last ray of hope to save mankind from the deadly Technovore. War Machine fires, and the Technovore is finally defeated to bits, with Iron Man presumably sacrificing himself. Fortunately, Tony's sacrifice generates a pulse that neutralizes the Technovore virus, preventing it from wreaking havoc on the globe. But luckily, Iron Man survives and is taken back for medical treatment. Pepper Potts stays beside him and plans out for a vacation for themselves, just for the two of them. At the end, Ezekiah Stane taken into custody by the S.H.I.E.L.D. as Tony Stark and Rhodey look over at him. Iron Man sacrifices himself for the greater good and encourages others to carry on his courageous legacy. Although he knows that he will see the sunrise again, he does not pause to even back down from the challenge. Iron sharpens iron, according to the Iron Man. One person and make another person. Just like he was motivated seeing his best friend fighting with all his might. Because at the end of the day, it's the little things that counts most in life. Thank you for watching Millennium Pictures. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a nice day.